Good afternoon, family, and welcome back to Godspeed. Tonight we are picking up on volume 2 of I Am Addicted to Carbon Fiber. Now, family, last week I hope you saw that video. If you didn't, I'm going to put it in the quick clip for this one. But last week we had an opportunity to actually look at part 1, and I introduced you guys to Carbon Addicts, which is an amazing company I've been partnering with on a lot of my new carbon bits for the car. Walk you through a couple of those, and tonight I'm just going to get right into it because I'm really excited. I mean, I'm coming off a little bit of a high because I spent some time doing some detailing with my niece's car this week, and I rubbed over my carbon parts a little bit just to get that nice protection and shine back on them. And man, I'm just still overwhelmed with my personal response to this carbon fiber. So let me get you guys back in front of this, okay? So, you know, I will drop another link in the chat to the Carbon Addict myshopify.com website that I'm actually purchasing these items from and I'm showing on screen tonight. You know, we walked through several items. I do want to show you guys a few more things on the pieces that I bought. So, you know, I absolutely showed you guys last week that I purchased this spoiler, and a little bit more commentary because I was talking to my son. He was like, "Dad, you got to let him know that while the pictures on this spoiler look amazing, there's something that the pictures are not doing justice on it." And I just cannot agree with him more. I mean, let me pull in my picture again. Guys, you're not going to be able to see the beauty of it because this carbon fiber is interesting. It kind of takes your eye in a couple different directions, so it's really hard to get the shape of it. I mean, if I'm being 100% honest with you, if I'm looking at these pictures, I'm feeling like, you know, the shape of this spoiler might not be as appealing as I'm getting across to you guys. But when I tell you, it absolutely mimics the OEM spoiler, just with a little bit more height up here on this top edge, right? But listen, it lays pretty much like the OEM spoiler does as it relates to where it touches the car, lays almost exactly, if not exactly. And I just wanted to get a couple more pictures out here of it installed on my vehicle so that it could really translate how much I'm loving this thing. Okay. All right. So, I mean, you can see the twill pattern in here. I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful. Let me zoom out just a bit so you guys can so you can kind of see this, right? You know, on the car stacked up. I mean, it's just a solid look here. Let me get another one for you guys on my vehicle, because when I tell you that, yeah, I could not be more happy with this. Oh my gosh, I really couldn't. Boom. Look at that. Look how sexy it kind of duck bills up. And that's the part right there that I'm saying is a little bit more aggressive than the OEM spoiler. But when I tell you this car is for it all day, you know, it is, guys. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's really cool too, because I thought with the little extra elevation on the back here that you might actually be able to see the spoiler from the driver's seat, but man, you cannot. You know, it literally sits right up underneath your view line. You can't even see the spoiler from the factory. I mean, not factory, from the driver's position, but just beautiful. I think I got one more here I want to show you guys. Hang tight. Yes. I mean, look at it here again, right? When I tell you the contour that this gives the LC500, I mean, it's everything. It's everything. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Get that back out in the full view for a second so y'all can see that. Man, very, very, very pleased with this part. Okay, all right, family, let me get back over to a couple other pieces, because I'll be honest with you, there's a few other pieces I want to talk about. You know, we talked about the full body kit. You know, we talked about the lower carbon grill. Yeah, this is another one. I just want to show you guys a little bit more better pictures from my stock so you can kind of see it. So if you recall, last week I kind of put this one in front of y'all, right? And I'm loving this view because it gives you an opportunity to really see that twill on the bottom right there. And you can almost see, I know we got some shading going on right here, but you can also see the darkness that it gives the insert of the grill, right? I'm loving that. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little sneak peek if you didn't see it already. But guys, I got those carbon eyelids. That's a look that's straight from Japan, and I'm so excited to be one of the few that I've seen here, at least on the roads near me. I haven't seen anybody actually pushing these just yet, so I'm really excited about this look. And when I tell you, it gives this car a really, really, really nice look. It really does. So I'm loving that, right? But let me show you guys another grill here. Hang tight. Another grill pick. Yeah. Okay, so look, check this out right here. So when you're looking at this from the front, what I really love about this piece right here now is that you see how it kind of darkens and gives all of the insert a nice dark appearance, right? It helps to ground out where the bottom of the insert ends. And then what we're left with is a beautiful surround right here in that amazing finish that comes factory from Lexus, right? And again, like I was telling you guys, I was almost thinking about actually getting a vinyl, having this vinyl wrapped, you know. And I'm never gonna say never, but when I say that it's completely went from one of my top lists to probably very, very low on my list at this point, just because I love the finish and I love how we can still see the real nice material finish that Lexus provided to us from the dealership. Okay. All right. One last one I want to show you guys on the grill, and then we will absolutely get into some more looking on the site. So this one, yeah, you know, shout out to my my niece TT. We were actually doing a little bit of detailing on her beautiful Hyundai Velociter. I think that's what that is. But yeah, beautiful car. She's got a white combo in the background there with a black top. And so we were detailing hers, and I just had a chance to kind of wipe over mine a little bit. And look at this grill down here. Now, this is obviously a night shot, but you can see how that carbon down there absolutely grounds the grill. Okay, you can also get a sneak peek of the actual carbon fiber eyelid cover there as well. Okay. All right, so listen, just wanted to share you guys a couple more videos, I mean, not videos, but pictures from last week, because those were two aspects that I wanted to kind of just double down on a little bit as well. Now, another thing I want to talk about, I got a few people reach out to me about this. You know, like I said last week, I'm not going to go into the actual resellers for the Carbon Addict products, because my intention here is not to call out, you know, any higher prices in the marketplace. My intention is to, for my viewers, for this community, make sure that I share with you all the best prices that I find for any of the aftermarket parts for our vehicle. Okay. And the other piece of it too is, you know, I just want to give a little bit of call out to Carbon Addict, because the reality is that the difference in price that I see from a reseller and from the direct seller of these products is them absolutely giving us a saving over on these products prior to what they used to be. And I'm going to give you an example. So for instance, this carbon grill lower cover, this is as much as $570. Again, same product, they're just a reseller. $570 on a reseller's site. And here we've got it for $312. When you take off that 20%, you're looking more like $250. Family, you know, quick math says that's 50% less than what you can pick this up at a reseller right now on the web. Okay. And I love that. I mean, those type of things I appreciate. And I'm kind of putting a, you know, a public broadcast announcement out here, because if you guys are absolutely looking for an opportunity to get into some of these aftermarket carbon fiber pieces, then, you know, my goal is to really bring some awareness around the prices, help you guys understand the value that I've assessed in these products, and then leave the decision up to you on whether now is the time for you to pull the trigger, or if this is even the right product for you. Okay. All right, here's another piece I want to show you too, because we talked about the carbon fiber spoiler. Let me put this in perspective. I'm not going to go about how this compares with the OEM, because I definitely did that last week. If you didn't hear that, go back, listen to part 1 of Addicted to Carbon Fiber, and I'll give you the comparable for this part versus the OEM alternative. But now let's go back to that reseller. So this part at the reseller or with the reseller, you guys ready? $13.65. Now, if you drop 20% off this bad boy, you're going to get this for like $600. That's more than 50% off. Okay. And again, like I told you, you could do a quick Google search and see carbon fiber spoilers for the Lexus LC500. I mean, there's a plethora of spoilers out there for this vehicle. But when I tell you, you are going to be hard pressed, and I mean hard pressed, to find a better product at a better price than what I'm presenting to you here at Carbon Addict, especially with the extra 20% off. Okay, that's my spiel on that. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I just want to, come back and circle around with you guys, because last week I kind of shared with you how different the prices were, but in my thought process, I was thinking they were about a third cheaper. No, they're actually 50% plus cheaper than the reseller. Okay, let's get back into the actual site here, and let's go and take a look at the rest of the products. So we stopped right here, which is right on time with exactly one of my favorite pickup pieces. So, I grabbed 4 pieces in total, and I've already kind of told you all of them. We're going to look at the eyelids a little bit more in detail, but I picked up that I picked up that carbon fiber spoiler. Got to be my favorite piece, period, just because it's a brand new part on the LC500. The rest of these kind of cover up an existing part that was probably black or silver, and while it gives a beautiful effect, it's just not net new. The carbon fiber spoiler is absolutely a net new part for the car, and when I tell you it's my favorite, gosh, it's my favorite. I just love looking at it from every angle. I picked up also the lower grille carbon fiber. I showed you guys that lower grille cover. And I picked up the eyelids, which I'm going to walk into those a little bit more later. And then, of course, I picked up these carbon fiber mirror covers. Man, I was a little skeptical, because I'll be honest with you guys, I'll be transparent. I really wanted to get the M3 style version of this, which actually right here just cuts out a little bit. For all of y'all folks who know about them old school BMW M3s, how they had the OEM mirror cap here that kind of had a knifed in toward the window. They offer, another brand offers a version of that for this, but after getting my first pieces of carbon fiber from Carbon Addict, I just wanted to keep it fluid. Make sure all of the pieces matched as much as possible, and I'm so very glad I did. Let me show you guys a couple of these pictures. I mean, I won't lie, not only am I in love with the product on this one, but I'm just in love with the picture. I mean, gosh, it came out beautiful. So, again, this is double-sided tape, right? 3M already applied to the product. You get this, you clean and prep the surface of your mirror, and then you line it up and you peel the plastic off of the double-sided tape, and it sets on there beautifully. And oh my gosh, when I tell you, it's just a perfect addition. I mean, the top of these are already black, but this little bit of carbon fiber, personality that's popping out is absolutely awesome. Now, I'm going to tell you 2 things about the carbon fiber overlays that I didn't anticipate, that I don't think you will actually notice until you get the product yourself and look at it. But I'm going to give you guys insight to it. Is with the carbon fiber overlay here, it lays a little bit lower and provides a little bit more coverage, if you will, of the actual top of the mirror cap. And as a result of that, what you get is you get a very much more obvious look around the LED. Okay, now of course, pictures take LEDs. My car doesn't have this running like this, and it wasn't even on at the time, but the LEDs are traditionally always on, and so it happened to capture this picture. But when I show you the eyelids on the front, you're going to be able to see what I'm talking about. But just hear what I'm saying on the way it sits on this. it creates a different look, a more shadowed, a more focused look where the LED is, and that's absolutely not something I anticipated or expected with the product. That actually gives it kind of a stealthier a look, if you will. Okay, so that's definitely a plus. Let me show you guys a couple more here on my mirror caps. Okay. All right. And so it cuts right here. Now, it looks really clean. It's very form, it's very fitting, and again, it applies double-sided tape. You set it, you forget it. One thing I didn't give you guys last week is if you happen to be putting any parts on your car and you're thinking about how long does it take for 3M tape to cure, I'll pass that on to you right now. So in 20 minutes, it is 75% cured. And then in 24 hours, it is 90% cured. And then in 72 hours, it's 100% cured. So, you know, if you got to stick it and run, absolutely make sure you wait a half hour. If you can, in all possibility, wait 24 hours, and wherever possible, wait 72 hours just to make sure you get that good seal on there. And there's a lot more tips out there about how to heat the product up a little bit after you install it, just to give that glue an opportunity to really settle in. So definitely take a look at that. Just wanted to pass on some of those cure numbers directly from 3M. Hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit. Okay, so listen, what are the other parts that Carbon Addict offers? So they offer the rear diffuser, which I think is absolutely sexy. You guys know I went with the Maxton kit, so Maxton design. But I will say this though, I mean, Maxton design doesn't have anything on this rear diffuser. When you know, nothing against Maxton design, but this is a full-on piece that covers underneath the exhaust there. And it covers absolutely behind the, sorry about that, it covers the full diffuser here as well as these side pieces. Super sexy. I mean, I love that. Actually, I think I misspoke there, guys. Sorry about that. It's just that back, that under diffuser piece there. But absolutely a sexy part there. You know, the colored exhaust tips, you know, these are, you know, definitely a big item in the aftermarket. You know, people definitely love to either get these, and I think you can get them from gloss black or matte black. And I'll be honest with you, because I've got gloss black body kit on my car, I would go probably with the gloss black version. But I can definitely see folks who, you know, if you're going to use vinyl to cover up some of that chrome stuff on your car, I think the two big options that people use are obviously matte and gloss. And so this right here is going to probably look the best with whichever of those particular vinyls you go with. Now, if you're doing the carbon fiber stuff like I'm doing, because it's got a clear coat on it, I think the gloss black is probably going to be the nicest. And, you know, it's going to probably also be the easiest to clean. So that's probably going to help me pick is on there as well. So this one's got the spoiler and the rear diffuser. So this is what I was talking about earlier, right? So you get both of those pieces, and these are some pretty sexy pieces. I really like this even on the Maxton kit that I've got, is that you've got this part right here, but you don't have that part. That's super sexy because it actually makes it feel like it's a kit that covers the entire rear of the bumper. But yeah, this is a super sexy kit, and let's face it, at $13.69, drop that 20% off on there, you got you a tremendous offering there. You know, something that's actually kind of interesting is that when I look at the picture right here, they actually even have the carbon. They even have they got the exhaust like what we just looked at in black and matte. They've even got that carbon fibered. That must be a vinyl. Well, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so the other pieces here are obviously, you know, you got a couple things. You got the slanted frame, license frame. That's pretty cool. You know, thankfully in Georgia, you know, we don't have to have front license plates, which I kind of like because you got the full grill. You got your gas caps, which are a nice little add-on. You know, this right here is pretty cool, especially if you got a couple coins and you want something that's really gonna, you know, set yours off from a show stage. This is cool because you got the actual license plate holder. This is the frame, and so, you know, you're actually looking at I mean, I've got the license plate carbon fiber cover, but to have that little carbon fiber piece back there instead of the plastic that I have, that could be pretty dope. And let's face it, that's not a tremendous investment, right? 137 bucks. Take 20% off that, you know what I'm saying, and you're much closer to $100. Now let's talk about a part that I do get really excited about, you know, and I know this is maybe like a vanity pull, because let's face it, I mean, we've got a beautiful engine cover, and it looks like it's already got some type of carbon fiber, maybe that's reinforced plastic, I don't know what that is, but it definitely has a nice appeal to it. But there is something that is just sexy about opening up the hood and seeing a large, I mean, this thing looks like a backpack, right? But seeing a large piece of carbon fiber, and to be honest with you, at such an affordable price, I mean, it definitely stands out. You can definitely tell a difference. I think it looks super mean, super aggressive. And, you know, at $753 minus 20%, man, that could be a nice little something to look at when you lift that hood up, especially for those who do shows and stuff like that. I think that would be a super sweet look to go with. Okay. All right, and then, you know, we got a couple other pieces out here, family. You know, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these. Obviously, we got the carbon fiber bonnet up there, which is obviously another sought after piece as well. And then the newest piece that I think I've seen them add out here is just carbon fiber for those pieces that I was talking about earlier, are steel chrome or whatever that material is from the factory. Don't know how I feel about these yet. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more looking on that. Right now, I'm just super satisfied with the lower carbon fiber inlay piece there. But now, last but not least, is absolutely these carbon headlight inner panel covers. Now, you know, I keep an eye on what the Japanese marketplace looks like, and I won't lie, I just love the way that they approach this vehicle. They're very tasteful, but they're willing to take some risks to try to pull something else out of this vehicle than maybe what is available from the factory. And so if you look right here, I mean, this is probably the best two pictures right here to showcase it. But when I tell you that it just doesn't do it justice, it does not. Let me show you guys a couple pictures of mine, and I don't have the absolute best photos either, but man, I'm loving the overall appearance that this piece gives. The reason I love it is because it kind of stretches out the angle of the eyelids, right? So nothing wrong with the way the factory does it, where it just cuts down right here, but you know, just elongating that a little bit just gives a super aggressive look. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I've gotten so many compliments just on people that stop me and be like, man, this car looks so mean coming down the street. And it's because of these eyelids add 100%. So I'm absolutely loving these things. Let me show you guys another photo. Again, those were super easy install. Love how those went on. Again, same 3M tape. Now, forgive me guys, because I'll be honest with you, the car was dirty, so these aren't the best. This isn't the best picture. If you zoom in enough, you'll see kind of my smudges and fingerprints, because I was actually installing the products and just got a chance to take some quick clip pictures here. But definitely love this part. Let me show you guys one more picture. And again, in this picture, I want to kind of call out how what I was talking about, which is being able to see, you know, a little bit different, like, of the check mark. So when we look at this right here, now you can clearly see right here that you get a little bit more overlay from that carbon fiber. Now what I will say is that it is very tight form fitting. And while we can see a little bit of a gap right here from the rest of this material and the lip or the eyelid cover, you can't see that in person, or at least it doesn't stick out, right? I mean, I'm only noticing it right now because I'm actually looking at this with you guys. But what you absolutely notice is, man, this check mark, the Lexus check mark, the daytime running lights, gosh, oh my gosh, they are just so much more pronounced. so much more pronounced, and I absolutely love it. I mean, it's now driving this car during the day with the daytime lights on, it even gives a way more aggressive look and stance to it than without this cover. And I think it's because you've got black, or you got dark material all the way around the LED check mark, whereas before there was white right here. And so you kind of lost a little bit of the definition of the daytime running light check, but you absolutely get it here. Okay, family, I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble. I hope I was able to give a little bit of insight into the quality, my personal point of view on these products, the amazing deal and opportunity that's available for you if you're looking to pick up some items right now. And then, you know, just show you what they look like on a vehicle that is not the manufacturer vehicle. In this case, the one that was used by the product Carbon Addict, right? It's sometimes just nice to see what it looks like on other people's cars. And so hopefully I was able to provide that to you tonight as well. Now, actually my outro here, I'm going to make sure that you guys get a little bit of video of a full 360 of the car. So hopefully you guys can see all of these parts in unison, how they kind of sit up on the car as a whole. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop me a couple lines in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions around fitment, quality, my experience around, you know, shipping. I mean, number one, let me say these things came quickly. They came packaged very well, but I'm happy to share any information that you guys might want to know that I might have accidentally left out from the video today. Okay, so family, I appreciate you all. Love you so much. Y'all have a tremendous week, and sneak peek, might have another addicted to carbon fiber video coming soon, because I got a little bit addicted to a few more pieces, but I'll get those in front of you as soon as they come in. Okay, all right, fam, I love you guys so much. Please enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll talk to you all later. Godspeed.